Right, we're here at Karaka and I am catching up with Mark Jones. We've still got a few lots to sell, but right at the minute, mate, you've got the sale topper. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks very much for that.
Queen Lizzie, 270,000. She was an impressive filly, got an impressive pedigree page. Happy to get her?
Yeah, it was, the owner, he kind of works through the book himself and looks at the individuals, and that's what he wanted. So normally what he wants, he gets, and here we're at to get her.
All the big players were on. How do you play a game like that? Like, do you were you up front, or were you sitting back waiting to see where it got to before you started putting your hand up?
Yeah, we just let it settle. You let them. We come in pretty late in the piece, and we could probably see on TV who that Mark Purdon was on, what one we're bidding against. So that probably gives a bit more confidence of all things. So once the owner found that out, he was even more confident on the horse and that. So when Mark's the underbid, it's a good sign. Yeah,
well, that's what I was going to say. He's a great judge. He's been noted as a great judge. Won't tell anyone what he looks for, but he's a noted great judge. And it was it's an interesting way of looking at it. You sort of then got to outbid him, but that can be a bit nerve-wracking trying to outbid someone like Mark if you're really keen on one.
Yeah, you don't really do it very often, and I was probably just lucky the owner was on the phone to give me the confidence, and I could only go on his say, and he was pretty strong on his bid. So once we knew it was Mark, it was a good sign, and especially when Mark trained the mother and the grandmother, which is even better. So it's left foot winners all through Australasia, and hopefully this one can do the same.
Things are up in New Zealand. There's no worries there at all. 2-year-old bonuses have been announced as well. There's a lot going on. Does that give you the confidence to open up the purse strings a bit?
Oh, definitely. Like Dean Shannon in Taine's done to harness racing in New Zealand's been the best thing since I've ever been involved in it, and hopefully the industry in New Zealand gets behind it, and we do our part because we've got to get our industry going good for Tane. So hopefully racing these horses, and we race more horses in New Zealand, it's good for the business, and the confidence with the bonuses, and they make changes halfway through, which gives you more confidence. So we've got the right people steering the ship.
You're noted for speaking your mind. You're happy the way things are going?
Yeah, it's great. Like the confidence with my owners within Tane is amazing, and as I said, when you've got people like Dean and Cam and that to change things throughout the season for the better, we've never had that before. So we've finally got some leadership and some direction, and as long as we head in the direction that Tane want us to, we'll all be a lot better off.
We've got to be aware we're putting on a show. Sometimes people buy a horse for 270,000. They don't want to be up front, and they don't want anyone to see them and all the rest. It's part of the show. You've got to put it out there, the whole thing. We're an entertainment business as much as we don't want to think we are, and we need to get these good stories out there.
Yeah, we do, and I think horsemen in New Zealand have got to pick their game up too, like the way they present themselves race day, communication. There's a lot of areas that we can improve on, and my motto going forward is what's good for Entane's good for us. So we've got to get our business going good, and if Entane going good, they're going to support us more. So we run a pretty good stable, pretty good with communications, and presenting ourselves, and just dipping the toes in the galloping game in New Zealand, how well they present themselves, talk on TV. It's pretty professional, and they run a good ship. So we need to probably pick our game up a wee bit in that department. I'm sure we can, and if we all do it together, it'll be a lot better off.
I think that's great words, and the presentation of all the vendors here today. I mean, that's what we need at the races. Time in, time out too. We've got to be aware that we are on show. Yeah,
they actually fantastically turned out, these horses, and I was lucky enough to come to Karaka Galloping Sales this year for a look, and there's some pretty impressive individuals, but I think overall the way the Standardbreds are presented, they're actually extremely well, and they all probably look on average a touch better than the Gallopers, even though the Thoroughbreds are a different breed. But I think all vendors have got to take the hats off to themselves to doing such a great job.
It's quite funny, isn't it? I don't think Dean's bought a horse yet. All these good bonuses and everything he's doing with his Entane hat on might be to the detriment of him purchasing horses here at the sales. Yeah,
I think just going around, I think there's one very strong draft in Christchurch, and I think there's a fair few holding back a few bullets for those ones, and I think you'll find it to be a pretty strong sale in Christchurch with the top lots, and I'm sure the big players will come out there.
Which is good for New Zealand, good for the harness racing, and good for the future of the sport. Mark, thank you. Really appreciate you giving me the time. You're always good whenever I ask. I try not to ask too much, but I really do appreciate it. Congratulations. I think if it's not the top lot, it's going to be very, very close to it. But a filly, I think it's super exciting for harness racing, full stop, right across both sides of the ditch, and we need to embrace harness racing, full stop, and get it out there. So thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much. Cheers.